The morning air feels fresh. A small deer runs joyfully through the grass. This is Bambi, long known as a symbol of innocence. He lives happily with his mother, who always protects him from danger. But that peace doesn't last long. From a distance, the sound of a rifle shot echoes. A bullet pierces his mother's body. She falls, gasping for air, and dies right in front of little Bambi's eyes. Time passes. Bambi grows up, trying to forget the past. He finds a mate named Feline, a loving doe. From their bond, a little fawn is born. For Bambi, this is a new chance. He's no longer alone. He now has a family of his own. But misfortune seems to follow Bambi wherever he goes. One night, a huge truck owned by the pharmaceutical company Wilbur's Pharmaceuticals speeds recklessly down a forest road. The driver, drunk and out of control, loses command of the vehicle. At that very moment, Feline is crossing the road with her child. The violent collision crushes Feline's body. She dies instantly. Meanwhile, the truck driver strikes Bambi's child and dumps toxic waste into the forest river. In the chaos, the fawn goes missing, leaving behind only Feline's broken body. Desperate and grieving, Bambi kneels by the river, trying to calm himself. Without realizing it, he drinks the poisoned water. From that moment, his body begins to change. Slowly but surely. Bambi is no longer an ordinary deer. He becomes a mutant creature, scarred and consumed by vengeance. On the other side of the story, we are introduced to humans who will soon be entangled in Bambi's terror. There's Zana, a woman traveling with her son Benji to visit his extended family near the forest. They hire a friendly driver who chats with Zana along the way. At one point, he offers candy to Benji, who's carsick, unaware that something looms ahead. It's Bambi! He rams their car, flipping it over. Not only that, Bambi destroys the vehicle, killing the driver instantly. Fortunately, Zana and Benji manage to escape the chaos alive. When they finally reach the family house, something feels off. Mary, Benji's grandmother, acts strangely, almost as if she had foreseen the disaster. She sketches a terrifying deer and stares out the window as the lights flicker. Before long, Benji realizes that the creature they had encountered is back. He rushes to call Zana, who quickly helps Mary hide. Bambi storms in with rage, smashing everything in sight. Meanwhile, Andrew, Harriet, and Harrison cower in fear behind the kitchen table. They all rush into a car, but as they drive, Andrew watches in horror as his wife Harriet is chased down by Bambi and gruesomely impaled on his sharp antlers. The chase doesn't stop there. For a moment, they think they're safe, until they hit a dead end blocked by fallen logs. Andrew ties a rope to try to pull the logs with the car, but in front of them stands Bambi, furious and ready to charge. Benji, sitting in the driver's seat, panics and floors the gas, not realizing Andrew is still tied to the rope. Harrison, overwhelmed with fear, bolts from the car, but stumbles into filth, his face smeared comically. Bambi sniffs him, but oddly enough, spares him. Meanwhile, the car runs out of fuel, and Zana is horrified to discover Andrew has been dragged to death behind it. Unnoticed, Grandma Mary wanders deeper into the forest. Harrison's luck runs out as he steps into a bear trap and is mauled by rabid rabbits, mutated by the same toxic waste in the river. In the darkness of the woods, Zana lights a flare and is horrified to see piles of bones. Bambi charges again, but they narrowly escape, only to stumble upon a hunter's truck. By sheer coincidence, the hunter turns out to be Benji's father, Simon. At last, the truth begins to surface. In the midst of chaos, dark family secrets unravel. Simon, Benji's father, is directly connected to Wilbur's Pharmaceuticals, the very company responsible for the toxic spill. In other words, he is partly to blame for Feline's death and for Bambi's monstrous transformation. The revelation sparks emotional turmoil. Zana is furious at Simon for hiding the truth. Benji is torn, watching his family argue while the monster still lurks outside. It's revealed that the hunters had kidnapped Bambi's child, fueling his unrelenting rage. Bambi attacks again. Cornered, Harriet is forced to ignite a gas explosion, sacrificing herself in the process. Amid the chaos, Benji discovers Bambi's missing fawn. With courage, he brings it toward the monster. The scene falls into silence, thick with tension. Bambi stares at his child. For a fleeting moment, he stops. His eyes, once filled with rage, soften. Memories of Feline and the peaceful life he once had flicker within him. It feels like there might be hope, reconciliation between man and nature. But that hope is brutally shattered. Michael, one of the hunters, seizes the opportunity and fires. The bullet tears through Bambi's body. He staggers, blood gushing, before collapsing to the ground. Mary, enraged by Michael's cruelty, immediately shoots him dead. Meanwhile, Simon, the betrayer who cared nothing for his family, is trapped inside a car, where he is torn apart by the savage, mutated rabbits.